Okay. A friend in common, friend of the show, Phil Blake. The legend, Phil Blake. I was told by his son David, who I'm friends with, that you guys used to skate with Phil as well.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason we were such great skaters. Phil had power skating classes, and then also at hockey school, he taught with my dad. And the power skating that we did early in our childhood with Phil really developed our skating, and I think it really showed later on when we were playing in the NHL. We were both fast guys on our teams, and obviously Russ was from one of the fastest guys in the league. And I think that it all came from developing the strides and everything that Phil taught us when we were so young. So yeah, he definitely deserved a lot of credit for our success, for sure.
Yeah, Phil was an amazing skating coach, and Phil was a good player who took up figure skating also. And so he knew a lot about edge work before anybody. And so we would take these power skating classes from him, and we learned how to do a lot of things without the stick. So many kids never skate without a stick, and we did. And so it really helped our balance, our speed, our edges. And Phil he gets a lot of credit for how good we could skate.
Yeah, that's true. I used to go to Phil too for power skating back in the old Coquitlam Annex. And actually, Geoff, that's where I met you one time. You came there for one of Phil's skates, and you ended up signing an elbow pad of mine as a kid, and I never forgot. I never forgot it.
That's great. Yeah, he was amazing. I know some of the drills that he made us do. Like I remember the one where he would put sticks on all the cones all the way down the ice, and we had to hop over all the sticks. And
yeah,
usually by the end, the sticks would be everywhere all over the ice because nobody could jump over them. But it was stuff like that he did that really, really did have an impact.
Yeah.
Geoff, I didn't find this.
It's no coincidence he signed the elbow pad. If anybody wants to see a great elbow, just Google Jeremy Roenick gets hit by Geoff Courtnall and breaks his jaw.
Oh, I have that. I have that as one of my questions. I was going to ask you about the Roenick hit because I just had Roenick on 2 weeks ago on the podcast. So
he and I played in a golf tournament last year in Courtnall, or a cancer cares great charity event, and we got paired together. And the guy introduced us on the first tee. And after he introduced us, he said, I want to tell you guys that I really like Russ, but his brother Geoff broke my jaw with a brutal elbow. And that's how we started the golf tournament. It was pretty funny.
Perfect. I'm going to add that highlight.
Yeah, that game, he kept slashing me and hitting me, and I warned him about 3 times. And then finally I said to Shane Corson at the draw, I said, okay, get ready. I'm going to hit him. And he came across the blue line in our zone with his head down, taking a shot, and I hit him just as he shot. He actually scored on the shot, but he didn't get up.
That's another beauty guest of ours too, Shane Corson. What a beauty that guy is.
Yeah, we both played with Shane. I played with Shane in Montreal, and Geoff played with him in St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, he was amazing. That guy was probably one of the toughest, hard-nosed, skilled players that I played with. God, he was a great competitor. That kid.
Yeah, he definitely a great guy too. Geoff, I didn't find a stat on if you represented Canada, but Russ, what was it like putting on Canada jersey and representing the country?
Well, I've been fortunate. I've represented Canada in every team possible except in the Davos tournament. So I would play in the Olympics, World Cup, Canada Cup, and World Juniors. Every time it was awesome. And Geoff and I played together in the World Cup, World Championships in Finland. And we came. I think we got silver. So we did play together, and he was there a lot they didn't make the playoffs. I was in Montreal, and we played 2 rounds, so they were there for quite a long time before I got there. I was there for the last couple of games. I came over with Rob Blake, and it was a fun week, but a short period of time that I was there.
And so, Geoff, you did
representing your country is awesome. I mean, you win a game, they play the anthem, you're wearing the jersey, and you're playing with guys that you normally are playing hard again, you don't like, or but as soon as you put on that Canadian jersey, everybody gets along and you know what you're playing for, and you forget all the stuff that you fought over or battled over when you played against one another, and then you're there for the common goal to win for your country. So it's awesome.
Yeah, so Geoff, I should have had that stat, but I dropped the ball on that one. I saw that Russ, you were 1984 Olympic team, obviously, what we were just speaking about. Do you have any memories of that? Like, what's it like walking out the tunnel kind of thing?
Well, we had the opening ceremonies after we beat the U.S. in the first game, and it was just an incredible experience. And so after the game, went back to the dorms, changed, and then headed over to the outdoor soccer stadium where 55,000 people were, waiting to cheer everybody in through like you said, you walk through a tunnel and then out onto the track and walk around. And that was back when you marched, not like today where everybody's kind of doing their own thing and taking pictures and not walking in a straight line like military style. But when I got to the 50-yard line, my mom, my younger brother Bruce, and our stepdad was on the 50-yard line, and it was so emotional. I caught them; they saw me, I saw them, and we all started crying and waving. And one of my teammates kept pushing me, going, "You got to stay in line! You got to stay in line!" But it was a great experience, and we unfortunately lost the bronze medal to Sweden 2-0 for a bunch of young guys who hadn't turned pro yet. We put on a good show and we played well. But I have to say that Kirk Muller and I threw the best closing ceremonies party in Olympic history. We were sponsored by Labatt's, and we had this house where they had brought 1,000 24-packs over to Sarajevo. And on the last day, we got the equipment truck. We went and got all the leftover beer, filled up the truck, and we snuck in 100 cases of beer into the Olympic Village. And every time we went through the metal detector, we gave the guy a 24-pack. And we put him in a goalie bag, and we were carrying, I don't know how many cases we had, but we had played in the morning that day and lost the bronze. So we did it all afternoon, and we put all the beer on an 8-story apartment building out on the deck of every bedroom and living room on all 8 floors. And the entire village showed up to our dorms, which was an apartment building. And we had the biggest party in Olympic history. And because you're not allowed to have, I don't know if they have alcohol there now, but in the village, but we weren't allowed to have alcohol, and we threw a hell of a party. Dave King was not happy the next day because we were all still flying pretty good from the party we just thrown.
Only Touch Greatness podcast, Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Often imitated but never duplicated. I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes. Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Say Hayes sent you.
I will forever be from the streets of the V, where I learned to stand tall on my own 2 feet. Vancouver, BC is a part of me. I'm from Van City, grew up in Vancouver. Way back when we was taking taxis, not Ubers. We was being young, living life to the fullest. Doing dumb things, thinking we was the coolest. Doing us, having fun on a day-to-day.